What is up, everybody? And welcome back to the Bat the Hat podcast, where we dive deep into all things nerd. My name is Steve Rogers, and with me, as always, is Matt. Just Matt. What's up, Matt?
Welcome back, because this is where it's at. It's Secret Identity Man and his main man. My name's Matt. How are y'all?
Are you going to rap every time? Cause
I'd like to,
I'm
yes.
kind of digging it. If you guys would like to hear Matt rap every time we do an intro, go ahead and leave. What do we do? This is a podcast, so you can't subscribe. Well,
if you enjoy when I drop a rhyme, I'll do it just for you every single time.
Like, subscribe, leave us a nice rating. That's the only way we'll know is by you being good fans.
Venmo, Cash App. We have a premium Snap.
Yeah, we'll have all that info. Yeah, our premium
OnlyFans
Snapchat account. OnlyFans? Are we starting that up now?
I did.
I saw feet pics.
Meant to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
I used actually some of your photos that you weren't aware that I took.
Fair enough. Everything gets leaked off the iCloud. But Matt.
No, I took them. Like, I actually snapped them. But what's on the agenda today?
Well, first off, how are you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Feeling very rested. Got a new haircut.
Yeah, you look good. He looks good, everybody.
Thank you.
Good haircut.
You look well yourself, also.
I appreciate it.
I'm dig it.
Wearing
You're looking good.
Kakashi shirt and a Broncos hat, so I feel good.
You don't have a hat on.
I took it. You know what? That's right. I'm a liar now because I took the hat off because I was sweating so bad because it's so hot in this room.
Yeah, so we're building a scene for people who don't give a crap about what the room looks like. So I'm good. You're
People are
good.
sitting there just being like, get to the fucking comic
yeah,
book stuff
we're on a
already."
podcast. So let's talk about things.
Well,
I'm just ready to play Madden. I'm not gonna lie.
We got Madden queuing up for when we're done here, but
yeah.
we definitely got some stuff to talk about, man. We got some good stuff, and something big just happened.
Like
before
real
we showed
time
it.
big.
Like real big. So something real big just happened. We got a lot to talk about, and we're gonna save that for last because I think I'm gonna dwell on it a little bit.
Right on.
But first up in the news, we don't have a lot of news, but it feels like
the big one is a lot of news.
Well, it feels like everything is just like big subjects, right?
True.
So let's start with the small stuff, which is not small at all. Joaquin Phoenix just won Best Actor at the Oscars for his Joker performance.
Did we not say that when we saw it, if he didn't win, like, then the whole thing's rigged?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was really surprised. So it did make me realize this is the second actor playing the Joker to win an Oscar.
And you know they're the only two actors who portrayed a comic book character to win. And it was the same comic book character.
Yeah. I think that's insane. I think
look how good they were.
It was very deserving, man. It was just as deserving as Heath Ledger. It was a lot of anxiety when we were keeping up. You know, we were actually playing Apex on PlayStation, and I was having my phone like update me on all the winners because I don't like watching the Oscars. But I think it was very deserving. I had my own set of beef with the Oscars. I don't think it ever means anything, but I do like to see people get recognized.
Yeah.
The winner for Best Picture, I was very surprised.
Was it Parasite?
It was Parasite. Usually, you see a lot of like Best Actor and Best Picture kind of
correlate.
Right, kind of paired together where they'll win.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't get that this year. You had Parasite, and I haven't seen it, but apparently it's a foreign film, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's all in subtitles.
And
I'm just scared because I know a lot of these pictures, and who knows, maybe I just don't have the artistic scope to understand, but a lot of these ones that win these awards, like you go back and watch them and you're like, it's kind of trash. Like, it's really not a good movie. But I hope this one is. I'll check it out. I want to see what everybody's buzzing about.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch it. The trailer to me looked really good.
You know what's cool about Joaquin Phoenix winning, to me, is if you liked the movie or you didn't, I think out of all the people I've talked to, we can all agree, like, he played an amazing character, whether you like the movie or not, Joker.
Right.
I just think that was just top tier, just had to have been his best performance, like of his whole career, honestly. I know in Walk the Line when he played Johnny Cash, that was awesome.
It's hard to say because he's such an in-depth, he's a method actor for sure, and he gets so into his characters that, stuff like Walk the Line and Her and different roles that he does, it feels like it's hard to equate. It's like when people are picking their favorite Joker.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine to have a favorite, but to say that Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix were better, we've talked about this.
It's hard. They're
They're
different.
so equal and so separate at the same time that it doesn't make sense in trying to pick a best. I think Joaquin Phoenix is just a phenomenal actor. all the way around, I think that he definitely deserved it. I would have liked to see Joker as a comic book nerd. I would have liked to see it win Best Picture, um, but Parasite won, and again, I'm definitely gonna watch that movie when I get the chance just to see what all the hubbub is about.
Did Joaquin win 2 awards?
I don't think so.
I thought he won Best Actor and or did he win like an Academy and an Oscar?
He's won several other awards.
Okay, so that's what I'm thinking.
Like BAFTA awards and whatever. I don't know.
I'm just glad he's getting recognition. I just remember the first time I watched that movie and I walked out of the theater and I was thinking, if he doesn't win an Oscar, then they don't care about good acting, because he was just fantastic.
Right. And of course you have the Oscars that's surrounded with, previous years saying that they only pick white people to win, and then now currently after this year they're saying, people are arguing, well, they made like movies like Parasite win Best Picture and other people win just for the sake of diversity, which is kind of ridiculous that the conversation keeps coming up. At some point, just stop watching the fucking Oscars.
I'm not gonna apologize. Like if one year the best movie happened to star a black person, like it just happened to star a black person, and then if one year it happened to star a white guy, like who cares? Like they just happen to be in the best film of the year. Like you gotta quit making it a thing.
Whether the whatever they call them, the Academy or whoever's choosing these, whether they're being biased or not, we have a list full of, I don't know, I can't answer that, we can't answer that, but we have a list full of truly phenomenal movies either way. You know what? And that winner, regardless of what it is, I always would suggest go watch all of them, man. Enjoy all of them, because they're all deserving in some way. I don't know. Those arguments are always just dumb.
I know, they just get so old, and it's hard because as a white dude, it's like, I'm like, come on, man.
Two white guys on a podcast
just
talking about diversity.
the best guy or girl win.
Sure,
honestly,
absolutely.
I've just never understood racism or prejudice. So
on a lighter, more happier note, Sam Raimi has been tagged to fill in for Scott Derrickson directing Doctor Strange 2.
Oh God.
How are you not excited about this?
Well, Sam Raimi, his biggest hits: Spider-Man 3, Crawl, and what else has he done?
What was Crawl?
The alligator film that everybody says was so good.
Was that Sam Raimi?
Yes.
I still haven't watched it. I really want to though.
I can't because I see the trailer and I'm like, no, it's Lake Placid.
No, it's Florida movie.
And they're like,
all
no,
it is Florida.
It's amazing. I'm like, it's an alligator CGI movie.
Have you seen it though? If you haven't watched it, you can't talk shit.
Yes, I have.
Did you see it?
Yep.
Did you? No, don't say you watched Lake Placid. Did you see Crawl?
I have seen a Crawl. Yes.
I hate you. Do not talk shit about it. You haven't seen it. I think it's gonna be good.
I keep waiting for it to go to $10, and it just won't. So it must be good because they won't drop the price.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I think Sam Raimi's great. I love The Evil Dead. I think the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies are gonna live in my heart forever. Even the third one, I think that he's awesome.
We all
awesome
love the original Spider-Man trilogy.
There's a weird rumor going around that Marvel is trying to work him into reviving Tobey Maguire for some kind of project coming up.
They'd be stupid not to try the multiverse.
Do you think that
or
doing
Spider-Verse.
like a live action Spider-Verse, do you think?
At least cameos.
But that's all they've been doing lately, so you don't think that stuff like the Clone Saga or anything else should be?
This is different.
I love how I picked out one of the most hated. The first thing that came to my head.
I'm just saying, but can you imagine like Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland?
Sure.
Like,
I can imagine.
That'll be the biggest thing since like the first time we saw the Avengers.
Let me put on record. I'm pretty sure I've said it before. Andrew Garfield was great. I loved those movies. I thought they were both great.
The movies were terrible, but I loved him as Peter Parker.
And I didn't have as big.
The first one was really good.
First one, yeah. Yeah.
I actually thought the first one was fantastic.
Yeah, I saw the problems with the second one, but I still didn't hate it.
But the second one had so much potential.
I loved Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, man.
I'm just saying, but the second one just had so much potential, and then it just kind of...
Until she died.
It kind of pooped the bed. Like, it just was in the bed, and then it went poop, poop, and it just pooped the bed. Because when he did the I love you thing in Web, I walked out the first time. I was like, I'm done. I left.
You didn't think that was cute? You're not a romantic.
Did you not hear what I just said? I walked out. I didn't think it was cute. I hated it. And then I came back because I had to pee. That's the reason I walked out.
That's fair.
And then I finished the movie, and I hated it.
That's fair. Some news that you might be interested in. John Krasinski says he is still very much interested. in playing Mr. Fantastic for the MCU.
Mr. Reed Richards
Mr.
himself.
Reed Risk.
It's got to be him and his wife, though. It's got to be a package deal.
I'd
be so upset if it was one or the other.
be the. I think that's the idea right now. No, again, nothing's been confirmed. Nothing's even been nodded at. But we do know that Emily Blunt has had recently a meeting with Marvel, and they haven't said what it's for. So we don't know.
I love her so much.
Yeah, I think they're great. Even if she had something else, because there's speculation she has a different role that she's going into.
Probably.
I would still love John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, he really. It's so shocking. Like, we're both Office fans, and I'm sure many of you guys are too. But it's shocking how easily he broke away from that, like from his first role outside of the Office. Like, it's like, dude, he's an action star.
Buff, dude.
Well, he got ripped. He got the beard. You can see it towards the end of the Office.
What was he in that he got really buff for before?
13 Hours.
Was he in 13 Hours?
Yeah.
Oh, it was 13 Hours.
The Benghazi movie.
Yeah, he got big.
And he was amazing in that movie.
And then Jack Ryan?
Yep.
Is that what that show is?
So it's funny if you watch The Office and you think about that, like if you go back and watch it in the last season or so, you can tell he's bigger.
Yes.
But, I mean, he's not like... He's a big guy.
He was bigger by that season.
But he's like over
most
6
of the
foot,
show, especially when you go back and watch the first season, he's a spaghetti noodle.
Yeah,
he's a skinny
scrawny
little boy. When he's playing the basketball episode, he's so skinny.
No, when he's playing Robert California, though, when they're playing
squash,
racquetball or squash or whatever, you can tell he's a little bigger, and you're like, wait a second. But no, he's awesome, dude.
He either went to a club where they play squash or eat squash.
Yeah.
I'll try both.
I'm actually so excited to see A Quiet Place 2.
Oh, yeah. The trailer looked really good.
Look right out the gate. He's showing his chops as a director.
Yeah.
Because A Quiet Place 1, do I think it was like the most groundbreaking, unique thing ever? No. Do I think it was
really
a fantastic
good,
movie?
I loved it.
I loved it.
And I think there's something to be said for actors like him surrounding himself with really talented people. And obviously people like his wife, who's a phenomenal actress, and just getting to know the right people to kind of shape him into what he is now. And I think that's really cool.
You know, what's funny is I see them as a power couple that like is beloved because of either The Office or the things that Emily's done. But I think in the next coming years, like they're really going to break out like big time.
Sure. I think it'll be cool.
Oh yeah.
One of the last pieces of news before we get to the big thing is Batman the Animated Series is continuing, but
you got to clarify.
It is not what you think it is. It is a comic book. The comic book version of Batman the Animated Series ran from 1993 to 1995, and they are continuing. Paul Dini is returning to write and conceptualize, and it's going to be back in the art style called Batman the Adventure Continues, and they're releasing an entire new toy line, which we at Mythical Mountain here in Jacksonville have already ordered. And that'll be out somewhere, I think, in August. But some of the things that we've seen from this are crazy. If these are any indications, I don't want to give too big of spoilers for anything, but if these are any indications of what's going to be in the book, there's a Deathstroke figure who was never in Batman the Animated Series. There's a Batman mech from like bat suit from The Dark Knight Returns. That toy is coming out for The Adventure Continues. Red Hood, there was a Jason Todd, and that one looked really great. And there were a couple other ones I don't remember, but those were the three that really stuck out to me. And I'm so excited. That is going to be on my pull list for sure, guys. Make sure that you put that on your pull list because that is going to be one of the coolest things to happen all 2020.
Yeah, I got baited by that article big time because I thought it was the show, and I was like, "Come on!"
Yeah, we all did. If that show ever came back with that art style, I would.
Well, because you were talking about the OG people coming back,
right?
And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
But, yeah, I don't know if Bruce Timm is going to be...
look, it's literally on my homepage on Google.
Yeah, I don't know if Bruce Timm is going to be involved, but Paul Dini for sure is in. And I think that's just really phenomenal. Paul Dini and Bruce Timm are both the creators of Batman the Animated Series as well as the creators of Harley Quinn. So you can thank them for Birds of Prey, which is what we're going to talk about here in a minute. But the last big piece of news, the big boy.
Big boy.
You ready for the big boy, Matt?
The big boy. This is only like, what, a couple hours old?
Just a couple hours old. Well, this is going out tomorrow, so you guys will have already heard of this maybe. But the bat suit.
The Battinson.
They just had a what is it called?
Screen test.
Thank you. Screen test.
You're welcome.
Of Robert Pattinson in his new bat suit. Did it show everything? No. But we got a great shot of the chest plate, of the lower half of the cowl, from his eyes down. We didn't get to see the ears.
Yeah, you got to see like his shoulders and his
And
chest, and yeah, I think they intentionally cut off at the ears.
now I know, right, because
So
I'm thinking they're still going to be short. I think it's going to look more like a
yeah,
66 Batman
yeah, I
cowl,
think
but
it's gonna be like really short.
so I know we have a lot of opinions, so I'm going to guide us through this. Here's a couple things that I noticed first. I want to know what you thought about them.
Sure.
That bat symbol was fucking sick. It looks like they took a cue from Titans, the TV show, where that bat symbol is functional, and maybe he pulls his batarangs from them.
Yeah, that's the first thought I had. I was like, he's gonna pull those emblems or something. They're
Right.
either gonna be like you said, batarangs
Or like kunai.
tools or
It kind of
something.
looked like knives, like kunai.
Yeah, like
almost.
he'll pull them out and then they'll flip.
Yeah,
and then
but
they'll
they
be
looked
knives.
phenomenal. And I had somebody, I won't name names, but I had somebody text me, and the first thing they said was, that bat symbol looks so stupid. And I'm like, you are an idiot.
Well,
So,
I mean, you can call me old fashioned or whatever, but I'm a big fan of like when it's literally a bat symbol. And this one it's not, like it's more implied. You know what I mean? Like it's not a bat,
right,
but it's in the shape of like.
right, but I kind of appreciate that. It's not.
Sure. No, I'm not against it.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
not
do we
against
really
it.
need an all? The one of the corniest things about Batman to me has been the older ones, where he's so fucking bat themed. Like the joke of the Batmobile and the Batarangs and everything named Bat. You know.
Well, let me tell you the reason I say that is because when Nolan's trilogy started, we got a brand new bat symbol, and
Right.
that was at this point now it's
Distinct.
pretty iconic.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
so I was thinking for this one, I'm like, there's gonna be a new bat symbol. Like it's gonna be like a new, and who knows? By the end of the movie, maybe he'll change suits or he'll upgrade or something. But
Sure.
I was kind of hoping like they'd give us a new redesigned bat logo, but
I think it is. I think that's what it.
to me,
It's still a bat logo. And again, we didn't get to see it. There was a big, heavy red filter on it. We've seen the pictures where they cleaned it up, and I still think that to me it looks. They're wings, regardless of. I mean,
Sure,
they're
sure.
bat wings. The
Yeah.
only thing you're missing is two little points at the top of the head.
Well, I think his chest piece and and I don't care what anybody says, he's still another armored take on Batman.
Yeah, so it's
and he
armored.
looks awesome.
It looks armored in the sense of Ezra Miller's armor as well.
Sure, like it's very you
Plated.
can see the
Right.
yeah, but not even like Christian Bale's second suit plated.
No, but
like
they're
it's
floating plated.
Yeah, and I like that functional
Yeah.
armor type look. His looks a little. It's hard to say because, like you said, we didn't see anything, so I'm just assuming.
Right.
But he's more of a slender guy, so the suit looks a little more slender. Kind of reminds me of like New 52 Batman. You know how it's like really up on him.
100%.
Yeah, like it's not super bulky.
He's not Dark Knight Returns. He is New
Yeah.
52. He's
Yeah.
very, very cut.
I dig it. His
Oh, yeah.
his chest and shoulder armor, love
And
it.
as
100%.
you and your buddy pointed out, it looks like the shoulders are almost serrated in a way.
Yeah, they almost look like they have like some
Spikes
spiked armor
almost.
on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty cool.
Very cool. He has a collar, which again, big nod to Noel, like we had talked
Yeah,
about.
like not exactly the shoulder collar where it's sticking off, but it's kind of
right,
like
but it
behind
comes up almost
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
almost like those police flak jackets. You know, like when you see them coming in with like the FBI vests and
Yep.
the collars that come up.
It definitely looks like a. I'm still saying in this movie he's got to be in his first 2 to 5 years.
No, sure. I think
his
it's a year
career.
one
It's very-
Batman. I
very
still think it's a
early.
year one Batman. It clearly doesn't look like it was designed by Lucius Fox, but it does not look as like cobbled together as I thought it was going to.
But it looks legit. Like it's like, hey, this is one of my first takes on my
Sure,
suit, but
yeah.
it's functional enough that I can go out.
it
and
looks
do
like
this.
again Alfred put this together.
Yeah, or
you know?
Bruce. Didn't they say in this movie
Sure.
like Bruce did it?
Sure, yeah. It's
And then the suit, or let's talk about the cowl. To me, I think the cowl looks fine. It
Yeah.
looks like it literally looks like it's leather. Like you can see it. But I had to laugh when people were like, it looks like a GIMP mask. I looked at it again and I was like, well, damn, they're kind of right.
Yeah,
Like,
it is
kinda
very
does.
leather. It is very leather.
I think we need to see the whole thing.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
I'm very excited to see what he looks like just stand like head to toe in that bat suit.
you know, what's funny is, I know in the photos we can see his eyes, obviously. I wonder, is he not going to have lenses, or is it just because it's a screen test?
I don't think they're well, and I had the same thought actually. I don't think they're gonna go to white eyes, even though we got them a little bit in but that was only with the armored suit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but still, it's a screen test. So what we know about screen tests is that's just very bare bones. They just made it cool.
No,
They
sure,
gave
sure.
it the red tint. They gave it
Yeah.
the music, so it looks awesome.
I'm with you on
So
that.
I'm sitting there wondering, I'm like, dang, they could
But
still give him lenses.
I haven't heard anything about white eyes though.
I haven't heard much of anything.
Exactly.
Period. So I
So
don't
it
know.
would be nice to get lenses or something in that kind of ballpark, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't bank on it because at the end of the day, it would still be weird to do that and explain it off.
I think by the end of this movie, he's going to upgrade. I'm just getting a really weird vibe. Not like upgrade as in the final act, he
Sure.
gets a new suit, but more like once he defeats the antagonist and then they lead into the
6
sequel.
antagonists.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but like as they lead into the sequel,
Sure.
I think he's going to upgrade.
I think again, there's a lot of heavy rumors of this that we're gonna meet Robin in this movie.
I hope not. I think it's too soon. But if they do it
Dude,
right.
we haven't had a Robin. I just want a Robin now.
You know what? I hate saying that actually. If they do it right, I'm basing it off of stuff that's already been done.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. If they do it well, like if it makes sense. No, I'm just saying, but like if it
Yeah,
makes
I was gonna
sense
say,
and it's a new story,
And guys,
that'd be
you know
awesome.
what? This gives me the perfect opportunity to say our catchphrase. Anything is anything can work with good writing, and that's we say it every fucking episode. And I think that with the right writers and directors, it will work. And I'm just so excited, man. It was such a cool screen test. Did he look like Daredevil?
Yes, absolutely.
Because they chose the red tint. If they had gone with a different color tint, I don't think people would be on this
is it
tip,
necessarily a bad thing? Like, look how awesome
no,
Daredevil looked.
rocks. That's what I'm saying. It felt very much
who
in the same
cares?
vein of Daredevil, and that's fine.
It's a
'cause they're
very believable
very similar. Right. They're very
Yeah.
similar in what and how. Oh gosh, you're with me.
Okay.
But that's the big news for this week.
I was
that literally
impressed,
Just
and-
happened,
yeah,
and just
and
like you and your friend had said, I think that we can expect to see a Batmobile coming within the next week or two.
Yeah, I think in the next month we're gonna get a lot of stuff
Yeah.
because they film. I'm gonna try to steer clear of a lot of it unless it's like an official
can't.
release. No, I'm saying like if it comes from Matt Reeves.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm gonna look at it.
We're
but if
gonna
it's
try.
like little,
Both of us are gonna try really hard on this
Yeah.
show to navigate what's strictly conjecture and rumor versus what's actually. Because I have people text me all the time. They're like, "You got to talk about this. You got to talk about this," and I'm like, "I can't because it's not." And I had somebody text me the other day. He literally, and this is the most casual fan of this stuff and when I say casual, I mean casual. But he texted me and he said, "Did you hear that they just officially announced Joker 2?" And without even Googling a single thing, I texted back, "No, they fucking didn't. I guarantee you." And of course, they didn't.
Well, you know what's funny is when the news dropped today,
Right.
I started reading the article and it said, first look, Batman, Robert Pattinson in his Batsuit, and I was like,
Right.
whatever. I immediately dismissed it, and then at the end it said from Matt Reeves himself, and I was like, let me look at this. And then when I realized it was like a real thing, if it's gonna be
Right.
from Matt Reeves, I'm gonna look at it.
Well, you sent me a message and you said, "Did you see Robert Pattinson's new suit?"
I already put it up on our page.
My first thought was,
oh, this is
what-
not true.
no, my first thought was, did Matt fall for clickbait?
Nope.
And then you said go, and then I, before even replying to you, oh no, I said no, and then I went right on Facebook and went to our page and saw that you had posted it, and I freaked out so hard, and I was like, oh my god, this is real.
Which, by the way, guys, if you don't know this already, we co-run our social media, so most of the time it's
Yes.
Secret Identity Man here, aka Steve.
I gotta tell you though, there's
But-
a lot of my friends who think I'm the only one who run it, and they'll comment things like expecting that the reply is coming from me.
I know, I like to do that. Like, I like to talk mad shit sometimes, and then people assume it's you, and it's awesome, and I get no repercussions.
What sucks is sometimes my friends will comment really dumb shit, and I can't tell if they're being serious or if they're just trying to troll on the page. So I let it go all the time, but it's always in my head. I'm like, do you really have this dumb of an opinion?
Nah, you're the one that gets baited easily. You like to argue.
Oh, I do. I love to argue.
I like to jump in real quick and be like, nice opinion, guy. And then you're like, you son of a bitch.
I don't get that bad, but I definitely do like to argue a point.
No,
that's
you
for
just
sure.
talk to me about it off air. And talk,
We just talk shit about all of our fans.
No, we love them all. Except
Anyways,
for you,
man, so
you know
we're
who
here
you
today
are.
to really talk about Birds of Prey. We both seen it.
Birds of Prey.
I got to go with Mythical Mountain, the comic book shop that I work for. I got to go to an early screening, so I saw it 2 days before it actually released.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
I wasn't invited.
You were not. We didn't have a seat for you, but I wouldn't have asked you even if we did. And
Wow.
of course I would have.
No,
Matt.
I like that.
My
you
gosh.
showed some gumption.
I'd
there.
like to remind you of all of the opening nights that you've gone to that I didn't get invited
Yeah.
to, but sure.
Nothing tops my Dark Knight Rises early premiere, so I don't even care.
But I got
to
to
see
go
that
to
early.
an early screening with Mythical Mountain, and it was really cool. What's funny is I got to see. We got there, and all of the other comic book shops in town, like we all know each other, and they were all sitting right in the same area.
What,
So
all three of y'all?
how many is there? There's like 5.
Was there an Amazon representative that said,
They even had early access for DC Universe subscribers.
wow.
So I don't know if that was a giveaway or what, or a
I
sweepstakes or
wish I
something.
would have known about that.
Yeah, that was kind of. I was like, wait, could I have gotten in early just because I'm a DC Universe subscriber?
Probably.
But the no, it was very cool. It was in the most uncomfortable theater in the world. It was in the seats that were not made for people of my size, and it was. But it was a movie. So I definitely want to, because you and me have very not very, but we have kind of conflicting opinions about this.
I wouldn't even call them conflicting.
Yeah, I
different.
wouldn't either. I think that I gave it a 7.5 right off. And I'll tell you guys my rating right off the bat. It was a 7.5. And I usually ask Matt what he thinks first, but I kind of want to dive into this for a second.
Go for it.
Before we get into spoilers, we definitely are going to talk some spoilers because it's already been out for 2 weeks almost. So if you haven't seen it, you definitely should stop here in a few seconds. But I thought it was phenomenal, man. I thought it was a lot of fun. It definitely was Deadpool. They've successfully made Harley Quinn DC's Deadpool, which is something they've been doing in the comics for years now. So, I'm not too mad at it. I don't love it, but I'm not super mad at it. I thought it was so... The reason I love it, it was so low stakes. It had no bearing on anything else in the DCEU. I didn't have to worry about the repercussions on a larger scale. I didn't have to wonder what this means. We got, spoiler alert, no fucking cameos from any big... Like, if you're expecting, like, the Flash or Aquaman or just someone like Cyborg or random to show up, didn't happen. We got no cameos there.
Although...
Sure.
And I'm not interrupting, I'm just adding... although they did mention that they are still part of the DCEU canon, which I appreciated because they acknowledged the events of Suicide Squad.
Did they?
Yeah, because she said when she's recapping, when the girl says, "How do I be like you?" and she literally recaps, she's like, "Oh, you got to save the world."
That was very funny. Yeah.
So this is where it starts to get confusing because it's like we know DCEU is kind of choppy at best, but
the
they're
reason
still
it's
going
confusing
forward.
Is because DC has done a terrible job explaining it. Because they're trying really hard, their PR, to cover up whatever. And they keep acting like... They keep saying Suicide Squad, the new one, is going to be a reboot, which it is technically, but they're also...
most of the same cast.
It is. And they keep pretending as if the first movie just never happened, and that's not true.
But they keep acknowledging it.
Right,
in
exactly.
every subsequent movie.
That's DC's fault. It's all still canon. It's all still together.
I'm starting to respect it almost. Like they're still chugging ahead.
The reason why this may differ, or the reason why they may be so hard up on calling Suicide Squad a reboot, is because we have confirmation from DC that the Flash movie is Flashpoint, which is the second reason this movie is great, because big surprise ending that we'll talk about here in a minute, it doesn't matter because Flashpoint's going to change and rewrite everything.
Yeah, you want to talk about an easy out if you thought
Sure.
you did your universe wrong?
Sure.
There you go.
And it's super important to think about that because Suicide Squad probably will be a reboot in the sense that maybe all of these events that they keep referencing will no longer be a thing because Flashpoint will rewrite them.
Yeah, but how cool is it to think like they're standalones?
If I'm not mistaken, Flash is coming out before Suicide Squad, right?
I don't think so.
You know what? I think you're right.
That's why I was vibing with you what you were saying, but I'm like, but Suicide Squad's coming out first.
Because they started filming that already, and they haven't started filming Flash.
They've been filming for months.
Yeah, so you know what? I take back what I said. I don't know what's going on with Suicide Squad, but it doesn't matter because Flashpoint's going to change everything.
The more movies that come out, and I know the big consensus is, and a lot of the just bandwagon thing is, oh, DC movies suck, blah blah blah. But guess what? I go see every one, and I love DC. I think in some capacity they know what they're doing, even though it seems like they don't.
I think they've learned. I don't think
they know what's up now. I think they know where they're going.
I think now they're taking the Marvel stance, which is we are bringing in really good talent like J.J. Abrams and James Gunn, and we're just gonna let them do what they do.
Yeah.
We're not gonna try to micromanage everything, which is what they were doing.
But they're not seceding either. Like everything they had planned, they didn't cancel it. Like Birds of Prey,
Right.
they still went with it. Like I'm starting to respect them for some of the moves they're making now.
I agree, because that's instead of just canceling and redoing everything, they're like, all right, let's redo this, but still make it fit with what we wanted.
Yeah, they're like, let's just go with what we originally said we were gonna do,
Sure.
and then we'll get there. So carry on.
Yeah, but Birds of Prey, it was great, man. You had Harley Quinn. I will say this now and forever: Margot Robbie is perfect as Harley Quinn.
She is Harley Quinn.
I don't have a single problem with her performance or her portrayal. It was funny. There were so many big laughable. It is super fucking rated R.
Every time people try to I get the complaints, but every time they try to target her as Harley Quinn, I'm like, you're just wrong.
Out of your mind. Yeah,
she's fantastic.
She's great.
Nobody else could have been Harley Quinn.
I thought that I'm sorry, I don't know their names, but the girl who played Black Canary was phenomenal.
You know what's funny is by the end of the movie, I wanted more time with them.
Yeah.
All the other ones.
So that's what I'm going to get to here just a second, because I just want to go over the cast.
But yeah, she was good.
Rosie Perez as Renee Montoya was very funny and likable, and more likable than I was expecting. I actually enjoyed her character.
Answer me this real quick. You've seen
Rosie
Pineapple
Perez.
Express, right?
Yes, of course.
Was she the crooked cop in Pineapple Express?
Oh, I think she was, dude.
Thank you. It was driving me nuts.
Yeah, I think she was.
Yeah, she was.
That's so weird to think about.
I just loved how the whole movie they were making fun of her. They're like, why is she straight out of an 80s cop movie?
Yeah. She, but again, I really enjoyed her character, and I didn't think I would, because I find Rosie Perez kind of annoying, but
she was good.
She was very good, and I'm sorry, again, I don't know her name, but who played Huntress. Is
that's
that the
Elizabeth. She's like a bigger actor.
Is that the girl from Sky High?
No, but she's from 13 Cloverfield Lane, and
I never saw that.
She's
one.
She's actually a bigger.
So
actress.
she's not the one from she was in one of the Final Destination movies.
She might have been. I don't know. I think out of the whole cast, she was probably one of the bigger names.
Yeah,
other than Ewan McGregor.
I recognized her name.
Yeah.
The little girl who played Cassandra Cain, so funny.
Yeah, she grew on me.
I enjoyed her so much. It was so funny.
Is Cassandra Cain The Dark Knight Returns?
No, that is oh shit. I thought I had her pop too. I was looking over there. Oh my gosh, it's escaping my mind. You're talking about as Robin.
Yeah.
No, that Cassandra Cain is the daughter of Lady Shiva, and she was a Robin, but in modern day, and she later becomes orphaned. She also is not supposed to be able to talk. She only says a couple words and or broken sentences. She doesn't speak full sentences.
Because with her, it felt very let's just make her a character, a known character. And I liked her. Don't get me wrong, I liked her, but I was she could have just been.
Well, here's the thing:
Ashley
she is a super known character.
No,
you mean that
in
role.
The movie?
I think again, they probably did that for a reason. There's got to be some kind of plans later, because Cassandra Cain came from assassins and crime and stuff like that, at least in the comic books. And it's honestly going to kill me if I can't remember the name of The Dark Knight Returns Robin, because that's my favorite book. But
are you sure about that? Are you sure it's your favorite
I'm
book?
such a fake fan, bro.
Wow. What's Batman's name?
Edward Cullen?
Robert
no.
Downey Stark?
Robert Downey Stark.
Jr. Robert Downey Stark Jr.
Oh, true. Fair enough. Ewan McGregor. Ian McGregor.
Ian. It's Ewan.
Ian.
McGregor.
He was so phenomenal, man. Zaz as well. I don't know his name, but
yeah. How much did I end up liking Zaz? Why?
He was so creepy but that's Zaz, man. He played. I kept watching that, being like, if you could even turn it up a little more, and you'd be in Zaz. But he played that creep factor so well, and Ewan McGregor again was just so phenomenal and so Roman Sionis that I think that I'm really disappointed in how it all kind of came out just because of that. But
Carrie Kelly.
Huh? Carrie Kelly. Thank you. Gosh. Yeah, just a phenomenal cast, man. Great performances all the way around. Every action scene was just fun.
Yeah, how good were the fight scenes?
Just so fun. The cinematography was amazing. The costume design was incredible. There's really not a lot to hate. The reason I gave it a 7.5 was I felt like I wanted more time with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't fit that in the movie. But I'm glad they didn't try to shove it into the movie.
Yeah.
So again, at the end, spoiler alert, they break off. Obviously, Harley Quinn is not a good guy at this point in the DCEU, and the Birds of Prey go off, and she's like, I call them Goody Two Shoe or Do Gooders or whatever. If we got a Birds of Prey movie that was a little more serious, and it let us like get character development for them, and then maybe even introduce Barbara Gordon, who is the head of the Birds of Prey, who's always been the leader of the Birds of Prey. That would be awesome. That would fix those problems.
Don't be a caricature. Never be a caricature.
Never be a caricature, Kevin.
All I know is that Huntress needs a new outfit because the one she had at the very end was awful. The one she had during the movie was fine.
I don't remember the one at the very end.
Yeah, when they were like...
Oh, when she flipped up the visor and everything? That was
Yeah.
totally the Huntress mask.
No,
though.
that was cool, but
Yeah.
like her
Oh, the rest
suit
of it? Yeah.
was not good.
Black Canary was great. Another spoiler alert, they made her
she did when she did
a
the
meta.
canary cry.
Yeah, she has the canary cry.
That
The
was
whole
awesome.
movie, she didn't use the canary cry.
Yeah.
And then Rosie was like, you know what you have to do.
Well,
'cause
she mentioned it early. She was
exactly,
like, you got
but
the same power as your mother.
When she said that, I thought she meant you have the same power to do good. Like, you have
No,
the same
she
power.
meant literally.
I didn't think she meant literally, and I was like, ooh, I wonder if that means. And then she's like, you know what you have to do, Canary, and she went. Rah!
Well, what's sad is that was actually spoiled for me because they show it in the trailer.
Did they?
Yeah,
They
they show her
showed
do
that?
the canary cry.
I never saw. I'm glad I
Yeah.
never saw that.
So I
in the
knew it
trailer.
was coming. I was like,
Really cool though,
Good
and
moment.
again the chase down scene where they were chasing Roman in the car at the end, and
and
she's
she
like
was
on
riding
the
on the skates.
rollerblades.
That was awesome.
So implausible, but so cool.
Like, how good was the choreography and the fight scenes and everything?
So let's talk about the big spoiler. Was the very end. They blow him the fuck up with a grenade.
yeah,
and
it was pretty funny.
It's really
It's
funny because
hilarious.
you see all his limbs separate and like go to different. Like,
Yeah,
oh
because
my
he
gosh.
flies off the dock and then
Yeah.
he just randomly blows up.
Yeah. But they killed Roman Sionis, and I was like, oh, so I guess we're not getting him in another movie, which makes sense because he has a lot of obligation coming up with the Obi-Wan stuff.
Well, we're gonna touch on my part of the review. You're going right on my biggest complaint of the whole movie. So
all right, so we'll do that in just a second. I think that I was upset that he died, but then I was like, oh yeah, again, we're gonna do Flashpoint. Maybe he will come up in a later movie. Not that you would ever. I mean, we would have to get 10 or 12 movies down the line
McGregor.
for me to care if you like bring him back or not. How that Sprite must have a lot of carbonation in it that you're opening for it to crack that loud.
0 calorie.
That 0 calorie non-alcoholic Sprite you're drinking. That's phenomenal. What was your review of the movie?
Okay, so
Matt?
what'd you give it? 7.5.
I gave it a 7.5.
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. Like, I didn't think it was bad. To me, like you said, it was like they
I think
said, let's
7's
take.
respectable.
They said, let's take Suicide Squad, and let's just mix it with Deadpool, and that's exactly what it was. Like, and I didn't hate it for that. Like, I
But
really
without
liked it.
the really stupid nobody gives a shit plot that Suicide Squad had.
Sort of. This kind of had a nobody gives a shit plot, also.
But it
in
was
my
fun.
opinion.
It was a really
But
fun.
it was more
yeah.
enjoyable because it was
Right.
rated R. Like,
Right,
they were
yeah.
cussing. There was more violence.
Right.
Listen, my biggest thing, the reason I even cared, honestly, well, I love Margot as Harley, so I can't say my biggest
yeah.
reason. She's probably my biggest reason. But when they had Ian McGregor playing Roman Sionis or Sionis, whichever you prefer, I was in. I was like,
Right.
I love it. Because I love Black Mask.
That mask looked great too.
So here's the thing, and I thought this from the very beginning. I'm not saying, oh, look at me, I know it all, but I just happen to be right. My fear was, I was like, they got Ewan McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
He's either not going to wear the mask at all, or he'll wear it once. And I kind of figured, because I'm like, it's Ewan McGregor. You want him to have FaceTime, right?
Right.
So we're watching the movie, and he's
a
like
beautiful,
the most
beautiful man.
He's
too.
the most perfect Roman Sionis, though. Like,
Yeah.
he is amazing. Like, he flies off the handle like nobody's business in
Yeah.
2 seconds. He's perfect. I actually didn't care about the mask for the longest time because I loved watching
He's
him.
that spoiled fake gangster.
But he had, like, he went from 0 to 100 in like a half second.
Yes.
And then this version of Zaz was truly, like, sinister and really, like, codependent with Roman. Like, it was pretty cool how they were, like, tight. He, like, wanted to be Roman's kind of What'd he say? I have to look out for him, like he wanted to be his.
Let me address something
watcher.
real quick about that. There was a lot of rumors that they were going to make Roman Sionis and Victor Zaz like a couple.
Yeah, I heard that. I thought they were going to be gay together or something.
So everybody kind of somebody had seen it like.
And ironically, wasn't it Renee and the DA? They were gay together, weren't they?
I don't know. Renee Montoya and the DA. Oh yeah.
I said they
oh,
were
she
exes.
wasn't. She wasn't a DA. She was some other fuck off lawyer. But the
I'm pretty sure she was the DA.
or
the ADA.
She worked in the DA's office, I think. But regardless, she they made the rumor that they were to get, and I wouldn't have cared. I was like, that's kind of weird that you would put Victor Zaz and Roman Sionis, like those characters to me didn't match up.
No, they just put them in a really cool
it was definitely like a
thing.
close relationship, but it never got like romantic or anything.
So,
I just thought that was interesting how many people kind of
Yeah.
let that rumor blow up.
So that was my biggest complaint, and then it turned out to be true. He literally donned the mask once in the grand finale.
Sure.
And he didn't even wear it the whole time. Like, he only wore it for a little bit, and then he took it off. Here was my big thing. I love the fact that they blew him up at the end, because I'm like, it's Ewan McGregor. He's not coming back. This is a one-time deal for him. I knew that. But if they would have blown up the mask onto his face, like it happens in a lot of source material, they could have had Black Mask come back, and it could have been anybody.
Right.
So I thought that was like the easy out, and they didn't go that way. Other than that, like you said, I really, at the end, wanted to spend more time with the other ladies. I really did. I loved Black Canary.
Yeah.
Huntress was funny as hell because she was
unintentionally
so awkward.
Funny. Yeah.
She was
Loved
so awkward. She was the most badass of the whole group, but she didn't know how to socially interact.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious.
Really good.
I mean, yeah, it was fun. It's a no-brainer. Like, if people are going in going, this is a terrible movie, blah, 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 just shut up. Just go in and watch the movie and enjoy it.
And I'll tell you, it's absolutely worth seeing in theaters. I think it was such a
it was fun.
fantastic experience and so cinematic that guys, if you haven't seen it and you listen to this review, it doesn't matter if you got it spoiled. Go watch it, man. It's
just
so
go and enjoy.
Worth seeing it. Enjoy. Go have a nice day at the movies. Get an extra popcorn on us. We'll Venmo you, I guess. And
like, if you go in and you don't laugh, you're purposely trying not to enjoy
That's
yourself.
what I'm saying. It's like, this fad. It's this fad, and I feel like we harp on it a lot. But
like, her whole thing with the egg sandwich was killing me.
Yeah, I loved it.
That was so funny.
Too many people are obsessed with the idea that you have to be. It's cool to be negative. It's cool to talk shit. There was somebody who, the minute that somebody reposted the Robert Pattinson Batsuit, the guy went on and he commented, "What a way to kill a franchise." And I'm like, what are you complaining about?
You haven't even seen the top of the cowl.
That's
or
what I'm like. What are you complaining about, dude? Like, what is wrong with you,
bro? When they announced Ben Affleck, I'm not gonna lie, I lost it when they were like, "Oh, he's Batman." I was like, "This is the worst thing ever."
We all had reservations about it,
and then he was great.
He was phenomenal.
Fantastic. Do I still have reservations about Robert Pattinson? Of course I do.
Yes.
Am I hopeful that he's going to do great? Am I pulling for him?
I'm with you.
Yes.
I believe he's going to be great because I'm a big fan of him as an actor.
I'm pulling for Colin Farrell.
But again, if you are the type who's only seen him in Twilight or fucking Harry Potter and you have a big opinion about this, you need to shut up.
Yeah, but listen to his own stuff. He hates it.
Yeah.
He hates that stuff.
Hated Twilight. He was trapped in it. He was locked in contractually.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are like, "Oh, I hope."
But again, Cosmopolis, Lighthouse. If you go watch Good Time, like, these movies are phenomenal.
They're like, "I hope he's not like that." I'm like, he doesn't want to be like that. Like, he is dying to like have his name like carved into the legend stone.
And honestly, if Kristen Stewart could do it, and now she's in a whole bunch of things, and nobody's batting an eye at that, why can't you give him the same courtesy?
Well, let's be real. If this movie comes out and it just floors us, like, it's amazing, it's a great movie, guess what? People are still gonna hate it.
I was gonna say they're still gonna. They won't change their opinion because they came out so strong.
Because you know what's gonna happen is they're gonna watch it, and in the back of their mind they're gonna be like, "That was awesome."
Yeah.
But they're gonna be like, "I still need to bitch about everything." So 100%. I don't care. I'm pulling for him.
If you're the person we're describing, fuck you, and we don't like you. But please still listen to our podcast.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked him, but I am pulling for him. Sure. I want him to be great. I want Colin Farrell to be great.
Well, and
I want the guy that's playing
I'm a big
Riddler
fan of interpretation of things, and I'm just really interested to see what. I'm more interested to see what Matt Reeves' vision for this is than Robert Pattinson's performance.
Yeah, when I saw the Zeppelins, the GCPD Zeppelins, I knew his head was in the right place.
I think it's good. All right, well, do we got anything else on Birds of Prey, man?
Nah, there's not much else to say.
Oh, there was a post-credit scene, but there wasn't really. It was a troll. It was you had to
Yeah.
watch. You had to wait through the whole thing and wait till the end, and then she was just like, "Haha, you thought there was a post-credits," and then it ended.
You still here?
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my gosh."
She said something like, "Oh, one thing. You know the thing about Batman is," and then
Oh yeah. Gosh, we laughed at it, but inside I was dead. But real quick, I want to go over the comic corner. Just let you know what came out this week and next week coming up, because again, this is a bi-weekly show. And do you remember when we had dreams of going back to weekly, and that just didn't work out?
Before you do that,
what?
if anybody has a lead on when Deathstroke Knights and Dragons episode 2 is coming out,
Oh yeah, we can't figure out.
for the love of God, let us know.
When's the follow-up for that? We can't find it on the internet anywhere.
I'm literally like aching over it. Like,
Yeah,
I want it. I want it. I want
yeah,
it.
really cool stuff.
I want Michael Chiklis. I want it.
His voice works really well for that too.
I thought it wouldn't, and it really does.
Yeah,
It's
he's
awesome.
he's the commish all day.
Did you ever go back and watch it? Like, for real?
I didn't get to finish it again. I did go back and watch it. I still
hate
haven't
everything
finished.
about you.
I know. I'm just busy. I've been playing a lot of PlayStation.
Oh, haven't had a lot of free time, huh?
I'm 2 weeks behind on my comics because I've been in my PlayStation like consecutively.
Quarter life crisis is a real thing. Man.
Yeah.
Let's go buy a Corvette.
Yeah. I'm buying an Xbox next week. So.
Yeah, but let's go halfsies on a Corvette.
Do you want to?
Like an old one.
I hate to say this. I can't. I don't think I can fit well in a Corvette. I tried once and it just didn't work out. I also can't fit. You know what a struggle it was driving a Miata for me. I got in a Miata, an
Jesus.
MX-5, and
How? And that's not a knock on you. That's just a
no,
small
yeah,
car.
they're small, dude.
I would have trouble.
I'm a
sitting
big
in
person.
Miata.
It was really hard.
I'm just saying.
And of course, it was a this one was a 5-speed, and no, it was a 6-speed because it was like 2010. But the
God bless you.
it was difficult. It was fun as fuck, but I was worried I was going to crash it the whole time because
How
I
many
was so
people made
cramped in
fun
there.
of you for being in a Miata? 4?
Well, I worked at I was selling cars at the time, so pretty much everybody who saw me get into that car, I think that I got less heat for when I was driving that yellow VW Beetle around, and I was calling it Pikachu, and I got less heat for that than when I was driving that Miata.
You are a strange bird.
Yeah, I like, what can I say? I'm quirky, and
Yeah, that's the word.
I'm so quirky and fun.
yeah.
Look at me. Look how quirky I am.
Okay.
Anyways,
go ahead and
let's
close out with the comics.
Yeah, let's go into the comic corner real
Asshole.
quick. This week, a couple really cool books. I'm just gonna hit the highlights for this week because you guys, if you're a comic reader like habitually, you know that the main titles coming out. You know what they are. But if you didn't get the chance, Pennyworth, R.I.P. came out this week, and that's a big one because spoiler alert, months ago, Alfred died in Batman. He was killed by Bane or by Thomas Wayne. I think it was Bane. Bane snapped his neck.
Yeah.
And
Thomas Wayne was there.
yeah, Thomas Wayne was there, but Bane snapped his neck. Now this is the first time Alfred ever has died in main continuity. Like this is a main continuity book. It's not the first time he's died, but it's the first time he's died in main continuity. And so he died, and this is the first book now months later. They've mentioned it, obviously, like Bruce has been going through some shit, but this is the first definitive book where he's going to deal with Alfred's death. And I'm so excited to read it. I haven't gotten to read it yet. Superman Heroes came out. Superman also in the same time frame of Alfred's death. Superman revealed his identity to the world. He felt like, I don't need to live a lie anymore. Clark Kent is almost
That was awesome, wasn't
It-
it? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
he just showed me a picture of a side-by-side comparison of Pattinson and Ben Affleck.
Yeah, it looks great. Wow,
what was
look
I
at
saying?
it again though. Look at the color res because they changed it.
No, it's cool.
It's so
yeah,
cool to
I
see
love
it
it.
in regular color.
The fuck was I saying?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Superman revealed his identity. He felt like Clark Kent wasn't necessary anymore, and he just wanted to be Superman. Lois Lane was already in trouble. Everybody already was in trouble. It's like he was like, I'm not going to put anyone in more trouble for revealing my identity. So he revealed it. Superman Heroes, the one shot that came out, is basically about all of the heroes in the Justice League reacting to that. There is another book called Superman Villains coming out that is going to be the same, obviously, from the villain's perspective. Birds of Prey #1, the Black Label book, very rated R, just like the movie. Birds of Prey #1, I think, is a 4-issue Black Label series, and #1 just came out this week. I am not sure if I'm reading that this week or not, but you guys should definitely go check it out. And then Jessica Jones' Blind Spot #3. I was going to stick to number ones, but guys, Jessica Jones' Blind Spot has been so phenomenal so far. The idea is that she was shot in the dome and murdered, and then she woke up the next day in the hospital fully healed. Nobody realizes that she was actually killed. They all think that she can just take a bullet like Luke Cage, and she's now trying to solve what the hell is going on. A lot of twists and turns just in the first 2 issues. Can't wait to read the third. And the next week is basically DC week. We got Batman number 89, which is going to be the very first cameo of Joker's new girlfriend. Joker has replaced Harley Quinn, and it is with a more psychotic version of a female clown named Punchline. And her first cameo is going to be in the next issue. Her first full appearance is going to be in Batman 90, 2 weeks later. Justice League 41 comes out. Nightwing 69, if you know what I'm saying. No.
I don't understand the reference.
Flash Forward number 6. Very, very awesome book that I love so much. And then on the Marvel side, you got Daredevil number 18. 32 different X-Men books are coming out next week, including Wolverine number 1, which is promising to look pretty good, actually. And then, of course, Undiscovered Country by Scott Snyder. That's his indie about a dystopian future here in America.
I have a couple comics questions for you.
What's
real
that?
Quick.
Go ahead.
I forgot them.
This is great content. Thank you
No. What were you just saying? You were saying something about
Scott
stuff.
Snyder, Undiscovered Country?
Two questions.
Sure.
Did you like Joker's daughter in the New 52?
I don't have... You're talking about Duella Dent, Joker's daughter.
Like in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, she came back in Nightwing not too long ago. I don't really have a...
And number 2, what happened with the new take on Phantasm that was supposed to happen? Or is that not happening yet?
That is still happening. That is in Batman Catwoman, which has not come out yet.
So it hasn't even started yet?
No, has not started yet.
Okay, cool,
I will get you a copy of that when it
Thank
comes
you.
out. Yeah.
I need that whole run.
Yeah, I'm going to give you... Well...
Do you know when that's coming out?
I'll get you a pull list then.
Yeah,
it's not long. I think it's in March.
Okay.
Number 1 starts in March.
Chomping at the bit for that.
I'll get you a pull list started at Mythical for that.
Sweet.
Other than that, you got anything else for these fine people? Oh, let me just say, guys, again, because we're doing the Comics Corner, please support your local comic shop. Go ahead and get a pull list started, or go check out some of the awesome books that are coming out. There's a lot of really cool stuff. DC is about to do their I think they're calling it 5G. And it's not going to be a hard reboot from what I understand. It's just going to be a good entry point for people to come in, because I think they're very happy with the rebirth and the current canon and everything going on with DC after they just cleaned it up with Doomsday Clock and Flash Forward and all that stuff. So really good entry point if you guys want to get into DC books, Batman, Deathstroke, any of that kind of stuff.
I do got one thing.
Oh, what's that?
Guys, if any of you are going to MegaCon in Orlando,
yes,
Steve was already going. I'm going too.
How many days are you going this year?
Probably 2.
2? Okay.
If any of y'all are going,
I'm going 3.
And you listen to our show, I know it's so awkward because when you go to try to talk to people that you don't know in person, come say hi to us.
Yeah, we're gonna be handing out cards. Both of us are gonna have business cards for our show.
Or tell us you're coming. We'll come say hi to you.
Yeah, we're gonna be meeting people and just saying hi and just kind of enjoying the con ourselves.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be trying to get all my books signed on Thursday. Friday we're gonna be.
I'm there for the cosplay girls. I'm not gonna try to fake it.
Are you gonna go Friday and Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, me and Matt will be there. It's gonna be cool. We're actually you're gonna see a couple nerds wearing walkie-talkies and earpieces, because that's how we.
Well, we have a full security team, so.
Well, we walk around the con and we like to stay in touch, so we keep walkie-talkies. But
although we stand next to each other.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So please, if you guys are going to MegaCon Orlando this year, please come see us. But other than that, support your local comic shop. Matt, you got anything else for the people?
No, thanks for listening, and I love you very much.
Thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, give us a good rating, and of course, good night, Matt's mom.
Thank you.